Well, hello there, beautiful. What I'm going to share with you in this live is going to help you have better results for your clients, have so much more fun in your business, and enable you to scale your business and increase the number of people you get to work with without it stressing you out more. And that is the shift from believing or operating from the place that you have to carry the processes of your clients to becoming a field where your clients remember their own power and they step up. And you help them remember that the only person that can truly help them is themselves. Now, I understand that this can sound in the first moment like you should care less about your clients, or if you want to grow your business, you have to somehow treat your clients with less care, anything along these lines. And it's really not what I'm talking about. It's just understanding that especially people with very big hearts can easily fall into operating from the drama triangle, from being the rescuer for the people they work with, and understanding that that's an incredibly limiting factor for the results of your clients. Because if you operate from the place of being the rescuer, then your clients will become the victims. And treating someone, even on very subtle levels, as a victim is what's going to keep them stuck there rather than elevating them. It's also going to feel very heavy on you. So if you sometimes feel super exhausted from working with people and you tend to think a lot about like, oh, what can we do? How can I help them? Then there's a good chance that on some level you're operating in the drama triangle. So just if you've never heard of this, the drama triangle talks about the victim, the perpetrator, and the rescuer. And so a lot of people in our fields like to identify with the role of the rescuer. And by doing so, we don't lift people up in the way that we could if we operate from a place where we understand that what we can ultimately do for people is to help them remember that they got to rescue themselves. But even this frame is not really helpful, but just understanding that the only real empowerment that can come for people is through themselves. And of course, we support them in many different ways. And this is not about giving less support. It's about understanding that by you carrying them, you're actually subtly disempowering them. So it's like this image of, if you are carrying someone who can actually walk themselves, or who can learn to walk themselves, are you actually helping them, or are you actually crippling them? And also on this frame of, if you want to scale your business, this is going to be really important as well. Because if your nervous system feels like with each person that you work with, the weight increases because you have to carry their process, you will not want to scale. You will not want to work with more people. However, if you start shifting your work to understanding that what you ultimately do, and I believe this is true for anyone working with people, is you create a field where people can remember who they truly are. They can reconnect to a certain way of operating that will help them solve the challenges that they came to you with. And so, to give you an example from my world and my work, it's very different for me to be like, oh fuck, how can I help this client make more money? These are the struggles that they have. These are the limiting beliefs. How can I shift them to, I see this person in their true power and I see them beyond the limiting beliefs that they have. And I just help them embody that place much more clearly and with much more confidence. And over time, it almost becomes inevitable, unless of course they completely resist it. They will step into that place and into that way of operating in life, and their results and their life will shift massively. And that's a way of supporting people that doesn't feel like I have to carry someone over some kind of mountain. In fact, we cannot even do that, because that is always the responsibility of the person themselves. We cannot take that away from anyone. So, of course, when you help people experience deep transformation, they will experience all sorts of emotions and they will go through all sorts of things. And um, that's beautiful. There's nothing wrong about that. The question is, how do I relate to what is coming up? Do I feel like I have to like manage the material that comes up and like help my clients push through in the right way? Or can I, for the most part, just create a space where people are able to navigate the stuff that is coming up in a more graceful way? Can I help them see themselves beyond just the material that is coming up, old emotions, limiting beliefs, and so on and so forth, so that they don't get stuck in the process and they can just let these things come up and be released? And if you are able to step into that, as I said in the beginning, your clients will get better and faster results. You will have so much more fun in the process, and you will be able to grow your business because your nervous system won't equate more people with having to carry more weight. And I'm sharing this with you because it came up again in the Q&A call with my Embodied Business Leadership clients, where someone shared how this is a really profound shift for them. And that's someone who's been working with clients for many, many years, who's very successful in his business. But on some subtle layers, he was still in this place of having to carry the weight of our clients. And I hope by now it's clear for you that we don't help anyone by doing that. And it's just an old paradigm of how the archetype of the healer helps other people. And it's time to go beyond that, because if I am constantly like in this, oh my God, like I have to carry so much, how am I inspiring people to live a different life? I'm demonstrating something that clearly isn't healthy and that clearly isn't super sustainable. So it just doesn't make sense on any of those levels. That's what I got for today. Curious to hear your thoughts on this. Always happy to have your feedback, your comments. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And as always, my doors are wide open. So next program that's coming up is the Highest Vision program, starting in about in exactly 2 weeks. Very excited about that. And Embodied Business Leadership, 3 different levels. They are already running. You can jump in, and up until February 8th, so within the next 2 weeks, you can take advantage of an early bird price. That's never going to be there. That's an incredible steal. So if you're interested in that, you can just send me the word vision, and I'll send you all the details for both of those options. Now with that, have the most epic of days, and talk soon.